Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I am here with my fourth layout using the April and May hip kits that I have combined together to use for the month. And there's Kaylin. She's scrapping with me that morning. We had the morning to ourselves, so we took advantage and did some scrapping together. So you'll probably see her in the next couple of videos here because I think I did 2 or 3 pages with her as well. So I am doing this picture of Layla and she's in a swing. This was taken a little less than a year ago, right after we moved to New Mexico. We found a great park and I took the girls one day to get out of the house because we were getting bored. So we went and I got this really great picture of her swinging. So I wanted to go ahead and get that documented, and I randomly just had this title come up in my head, so I wanted to make sure that I used it, and then I had this picture which was perfect for it. So I'll talk more about that a little bit when I do the title, but I am using that polka dot paper there, and I'm going to mat my picture with that kind of pinkish cardstock. And what I had done is I got up to get a piece of cardstock to mat the whole thing behind because that polka dot paper is pretty busy, so I wanted it to have something solid behind it. And Kaylin's kind of playing with my stuff, and she's using a stamp and marking off on the back of my paper that I'm going to use. So awesome. But I'm going to use that Amy Tangerine Arrow paper there as one of my layers, and I kind of wanted to bring that color out. So I grabbed this piece of cardstock that's from my stash, that's from Die Cuts with a View, and that's going to back my entire layout. It just goes nicely with that Amy Tangerine paper there. So this polka dot paper is from Ellie Studio. It's really pretty pink and orange polka dot. And then I am going to back my picture with this Tim Holtz Distress cardstock. I don't know what color that is in. It came in a previous kit a couple months ago, and I had a scrap, so it's kind of like a pinkish purpley type. I believe I'm going to go ahead and work on my title now. So I have a long title going on. It's going to be a bold one, but it is going to be actually lyrics from a song by All American Rejects, and it's from their song Swing Swing, and it's going to say swing swing from the cables of my heart. I love that song, you guys. Oh, it's a good one. I've always loved that song. And I am going to use those lyrics for the title. So I'm using these stickers here that are called Adorn, and they are a nice thin, a tall thin foam thicker. For the little words here, little in-between words, I'm using those Pebbles letter stickers that came in the kit. And I am using these bolder foam thickers, and those are from Dear Lizzie, and those are called Woodland. And I'm going to go back to these Pebbles ones. I'm kind of just using those for the shorter words. And then for the word heart, I was going to go back to these ones, but then I don't know, I think I wanted to stand out a little bit more. So I grabbed these Amy Tangerine ones that came in the kit as well, and I'm going to spell out the word heart with those. And those are called Alex, A-L-Y-X, and those are a pink foam. So I used up a whole bunch of thickers here. Just a couple of different fonts and mixed them all together, and I really, really like the way that it turned out. It's a nice, bold title. And I don't believe, I'm going to double check here, but I don't believe I did any journaling on this one because it didn't really, I wasn't, I didn't do any journaling because I wasn't really talking about her swinging, and that wasn't really the subject. It was just the lyrics came into my head, and I thought that would be kind of a cool title. And then I realized I have this picture of Layla that I haven't scrapped yet. I had to go back through her albums just to make sure I hadn't scrapped them yet, but I hadn't. So it turned out perfectly. And I'm helping Kaylin with some of her scrapbooking stuff. And Jennifer, if you're watching, she's using a whole bunch of stuff that you sent. So if you guys saw, I had a big bag full of brads, and those are things that one of my viewers sent me for her, and she has been having a blast just using that stuff. She made a bunch of pages using stuff that you sent, Jennifer, so thank you so much for that. And I believe I'm going to show, I think I show you what she makes, because she says, like, she gets done with the page, she's like, I want to show everyone. So I think I hold it up at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do my layering. So the green arrow paper is from Amy Tangerine. I think it might be blue. It's kind of like a greenish blue. The gray triangles is from Dear Lizzie. And the craft one with like the confetti dots, that's from crepe paper that came in last month's kit. I just had a scrap left over. And then I'm going to use this little piece of the green bamboo paper that I love so much, and that's from Webster's Pages. And I had a strip left over from my cut that I made before, so I'm going to use that as a layering piece. And that's going to go behind the word heart just to kind of help anchor it a little bit. And I like the way things are going, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting these things stuck down. But yeah, I do. Okay, I was trying to remember if I outlined or not, but I do, because I have a bunch of patterns going together. Not all of them are super bold, but I needed them to kind of just be brought together and unified a little bit. So I'm just taking my pen and I'm making very thin lines. I think I used a .01 pen, so it was a very, very thin one. So I'm just going to outline all of my layering papers here. And for the craft paper, it didn't go long enough that I needed it to, so I just cut it in half, and I'm going to just make it look like it goes the length. Make it look longer than it actually is. I'm trying to be careful to make sure I have the gold on the bottom so that it shows, because it has a little gold foil dot on it, and I want to make sure that shows through. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my layers down here, and I really am happy that I grabbed that piece of cardstock because it goes really well with that arrow paper, and it just really helps bring out that color. And I also like the green, the pop of green I'm putting on the bottom, because there's really green grass in the picture as well, so that kind of helps bring that out a little bit. So that is going to look like it's a lot longer than it actually is. And I'm going to go ahead and get my title stuck down here. And I decide to go ahead and use my quick dry adhesive to get these pebble stickers down, because they don't stick all that great, and I just don't want them to pop off at any time, you know, in my album. So I'm putting just a tiny bit of quick dry adhesive on the back of those letter stickers as I'm putting them down. The foam thickers are fine. Foam thickers, I've never had a problem with them not sticking or coming off or anything like that. But chipboard thickers, and then sometimes these little ones, you know, if they just don't stick all that great, I gotta do it. So better to do it now than to have to search for them later. Just gonna get all those stuck and gluing and gluing and gluing. And Kaylin, look at her, she's creeping all up in my space. There was one point, I think, when we were working, and I was just like, how do I have no space on my own desk? How is this happening? It's the same with my bed, you guys, because the girls sleep in my bed when my husband is away, and he's away right now. So, like, there's no room in my huge queen-size bed. Like, you two are tiny. How do you take up so much room? I'm sleeping on, like, a third of my bed right now. And, of course, I let them get away with it. All right, so I have this chickenity paper. It's a little cut apart paper, and I cut a little phrase out of it, and it says, you're my world. Yes, you're my world, and I'm gonna put that in the corner there. I'm gonna use this little Amy Tangerine epoxy cloud because it's super cute and the colors go really nicely. And it's an outside picture. And I also put another epoxy picture up on top of the picture in the left-hand corner that says, "You are my sunshine." And since we're outside, that works well too. And I'm trying to help Kaylin put on one of those pearl bursts, I guess, thing on her page, and we were having issues. It kept getting wrapped up in itself and we could not figure it out. So there we go. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Sorry, I probably should have cut this out, but I didn't. There, Jennifer, she's using that and puppy paper pad from the 8x8 pads that you sent. She loved the pet one. That was her favorite of all of them. It's so funny. All right, so what else am I doing? I'm gonna pull a few things here. I'm just kind of going through all the embellishments that came in both the April and the May kits to figure out what I'm gonna use. I toy with the fact of using like maybe that bicycle or something, but I end up not putting that on. So I'm going through the die cut packs here. This one is from Amy Tangerine, and I pull out that little yellow, I don't know what that's called, like a dash or something. Just a little line. And these right here are from Pink Paisley from their Citrus Bliss, and I'm going to pull out a label and a banner and a little, that's a green label that says "Love Today." I'm just going to try to figure out, and then I also use that gold polka dot heart as well from Pink Paisley. I'm going to use one of those little fabric banners from Heidi Swap, called The Best, and that helps bring out some more pink as well. And I believe that's all I'm going to put down here for right now. Let's see what else I add. I might add a couple things towards the end. So I'm just kind of trying to play with it and see exactly where I want everything to go. Just making a couple little clusters here. Don't want to add too much since I do have, like, you know, a bunch of polka dots going on and all that stuff, and a bold title, so. Yes, I'm going to add a couple of these Evalicious puppy stickers, and I'm going to use all the flowers because they're blue and yellow and pink, and I have all of those colors going on here. The polka dots on the background paper are they're kind of like an orangish yellow, and I do have that yellow dash along underneath the picture as well. And then I decide I need to go ahead and outline this, and I really should have done this in the beginning, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it now. I'm going very slowly. Like, this is sped up to ×4, so that's kind of telling you how slow I'm actually really going, because I don't want to go off the edge or anything. And I decide now I'm going to use a couple of these chipboard letters or chipboard things here that says "Love You," and those are from, I believe those are from a Maggie Holmes line, I think. I'm not sure which one, but I believe that is from her. And then I'm taking one last look, and I am going to add this arrow, and then I'm going to decide to move the yellow, yes, that yellow flower. I'm going to go ahead and just move that down. It seemed a little bit out of place at the top, so I like the way it kind of snuggles in between the words there better. And that's going to complete my layout. Oh, and there's Kaylin's. That's what she made. She wanted to show you. And she says bye. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it. And I'll be back again soon with some more layouts for you. Have a great day, guys. Bye.